Yeah, hi, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Welcome to my channel Freaking IT. So today again my topic is regarding the CCNA second part, which come under the subset of the explain the role and function of network component. Last video we did the routers. Now the second topic is CCNA. In CCNA, what is the major difference between layer 2 and layer 3 switch? So this is the mostly we are using practical environment also. So let we can discuss first feature and then we can discuss some example which is currently using in the live environment. So feature wise, if I will go to feature wise, layer 2 and layer 3 in the OSI layer, as a, you see the name of layer 2 switch come to the layer 2 data link layer. So in data link layer, if you guys are aware about the OSI layer, data link layer, your traffic is carried on the frame and the MAC address. So the layer 2 switch understand the MAC address. If I will come to the feature of layer 3 switch, so we can say that it operate the layer 3. Layer 3 cover routing IP. So if you go to OSI layer, it will clearly show the layer 3 belong to IP address. Now what is the primary role of layer 2 switch? If I'm talking about the primary role of layer 2 switch is, it is a frame, which we know that the layer 2 understand only frames with the VLANs. You can create the VLAN, or so VLAN is a layer 2. Other one is now come to a layer 3 feature, which a primary role is route the packet between the different VLAN and subnets. So if you find in any organization, layer 3 device switch always the gateway for all the VLANs traffic. In our network, if we have 1000 user, we have primary core or secondary core. Primary and secondary both belong to layer 3 because all the VLAN gateway is configured there. In layer 2, you can't configure the gateway. In the if I come to addressing we MAC address. Again, the MAC address, because it is a layer 2 frames OSI layer, so it is understand the MAC address. If I will go to layer 3, again it's IP, layer 3 IP, and layer 3 OSI layer belong to IP. Routing capabilities, in layer 2 you don't have any routing capability, only only you have VLANs creation, or you can make the trunk port in the layer 2, or you make the access port. Trunk port means you can pass multiple VLANs. Access port means you can pass only single VLAN, or you can connect the end user devices. So here the L3 switch is a built-in routing between the subnet, and we can use the various routing protocol also in the layer 3 switch. So I'm coming to the second slide to try to dig more and difference between layer 2 and layer 3 switches. The technical capabilities: layer 2 switch understand the MAC address and forward the MAC address decisions, and also do the VLAN segmentation. In the layer 2 switch, you can configure multiple VLAN, pass the multiple different VLAN to each port. That will work. If I will go to layer 3 switch, it support the static routing, dynamic routing. For example, we can say that it is a OSPF, EIGRP, even BGP also is not mentioned here. So it has a full capability of the routing, and it's inter VLAN also, so that we can create in the L3 switch, we can create the SVI interface or L3 VLAN interface, which is the gateway for the end user machines, or all the traffic. If you're in your network, if you have two core switches and rest of you have 20 layer 2 switches. For core switches, I am presenting a layer 3 switch, and rest of layer 2 switches, all the traffic by default hit to layer 3 as a gateway device. In layer 2, definitely we have one major work, which is spanning tree protocols, or for loop prevention. By default, Cisco providing the STP protocol. By the loop prevention, you can configure by there's some more command I will show another video, but let me tell you, like BPDU filter, BPDU guard. They all are regarding the STP, which stop the loop, which stop the loop, and provide network more stable. No IP routing in layer 2, which we already discussed last slide. There is no IP routing is possible. Only layer 2 switch understand VLAN and MAC address. Now come to a layer 3. Layer 3 we can create the access list, different type of access list, like we can divert the traffic from here to there, we can route the traffic, we can put the permission denying, we can configure two type of access list, one is standard, one is extended. Even we offer the distribution layer of enterprise, so it is distributing the all the part in all our network. So major difference between the layer 2 and layer 3, layer 3 come with the capability of routing, and layer 2 comes the capability only MAC address understanding. See, it doesn't mean the layer 3 don't understand the MAC address. They understand the MAC address, they make their CAM table, everything, or you can say the MAC address table. But layer 2 don't have the capability of any routing the traffic through the IP base. For the MAC address base, they have the decision, they are making the table inside. If you find any user, you can run the command show MAC address table dynamic VLAN, any VLAN ID, you will find you are learning MAC address of which port. That will help the layer 2 device. And in most enterprise organization, layer 2 switches are used to connect the end user, and layer 3 devices are used in data center to main core devices who carry all the traffic from layer 2 switches and end user traffic. So that's it's from my side. If you have any question, please let me know. But I think this is enough for layer 2 and layer 3 difference. I will come with the next topic, CCNA, very soon. I am going to making series of CCNA as per the Cisco blueprint. So thanks for watching my channel, and please subscribe my channel, like, or please comment. Thank you. Thank